Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we are going to be working on some contracts, some station/base contracts. So we have a few of them to do. The first of which, build a new orbital station around Kerbin. Build a new station that has power. We have an antenna, which we have, and a docking port. Okay, add that. Have a facility supporting at least 5 Kerbols. Not too difficult, we can do that. So that is the first one. The next one, build a new surface outpost on Minimus. Build a new outpost that has power, an antenna, and a docking port. Check, check, check. Have a facility supporting at least 5 Kerbols. Checkity check. The outpost must be on wheels. And we know from past experience that landing gear do not count, even if they have wheels on them. It has to be actual rover wheels. That would be the second one. The third one is build a new surface outpost on the moon. Lander outpost on the moon. Build a new outpost that has power, an antenna, and a docking port. Checkity check check. Have a facility supporting at least 9 Kerbols. Okay, 9 Kerbols it is. Have a research lab on the outpost. Shit. No, we can do this. We can do this. I mean, they're not that heavy, right? I don't think. And we did launch that Moho probe thing, which was, 11 tons. They can't weigh that much. Next one. Yes, there is a more. It's around here somewhere. Build a new orbital station on a solar orbit. Put your station in orbit around the sun. Build a new outpost. Build a new station that has power, an antenna, and docking port. Check, check, check. Have a facility supporting at least 6 Kerbols. Okay, got that. Have a viewing cupola at the station. Alright, I can do that. Well, okay, that's 4 stations that we're going to try to do in one single launch. And we have a couple other missions that are going to be in the area. Perform temperature scans of Minimus, all below, like, really low. Below 6,700 meters, below 6,000 meters, and, no, that's above 6,000 meters, and above 4,600 meters. We can probably do all those. I hope. Plant a flag on the moon. That's pretty easy. Let's see, is there anything else? Scrolling, scrolling. Test the Rockomax Poodle liquid engine landed at the moon. Okay. We'll try that, maybe. Well, this is going to be fun. Meet Frankenstein's monster. The station/rover/spaceplane/base thing. It likes long flights over the beach, jet fuel, and disintegrating into a loose formation of debris. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get this in orbit. Just a little bit. And getting it down, I have no idea how that's going to work. It is not an SSTO, because it has stages that eject before we get into orbit, though technically only one, I think, of this one here. I tried to get it all in one stage to orbit, but this thing's just too big. It really is. I could use tweak scale to make it smaller, but I didn't really want to do that because that kind of took away most of the challenge, or all of the challenge. I did use tweak scale on this and the engine, mostly because when I put them here, the joints were not strong enough to hold anything without a zillion struts, and that just made it look terrible. So they're up here now. I think it affects the mass a little bit, especially on the engine, but whatever. It doesn't matter too much. So let's try this. This is going to be interesting. We have a full complement of 9 Kerbols for this, too. I think we do, anyway. I don't actually see them. We're supposed to have 9 Kerbols. Okay, there's a couple Kerbols there. Come on. Kerbal there. It's Phil Nye Kerman, who's not, in fact, a science guy, but an engineer. And here we have Bill Kerman and Kerman. Lots of interesting names. The other ones are hiding underneath this, I think. And I don't think I can click on them. Maybe. Get a crew report, but I don't think I can click on them. Maybe I can go from underneath? No. Maybe I should have put the fuel up one so that they could get out. But they don't need to get out. I mean, why would they want to get out? We're just going like all over the place. Alright, let's try to launch this. Okay. I have just all kinds of weird action groups set up, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. Got that. Let that spin up. A little bit loud. Okay, a lot loud. .78, .79, 8. A little bit more. I guess that'll do. Fine controls. And away we go. I'm using the TAC Fuel Balancer plugin, which has not technically been updated for 0.90, but it kind of works. Not all the features work, like highlighting, but the other stuff does in fact work. Stay on the runway, stay on the runway. There you go. Just keep going straight. No, don't go over. Don't do it. Don't. Better. Getting our speed up. And up. Yes! We made it! Off the runway. First hurdle cleared. Now we just gotta get going pretty fast. Pretty quickly. A little bit wobbly. Okay, a lot wobbly. It's got to be a bit shallow of a climb due to the lower thrust to weight ratio of our normal SSTOs. We are using the adjustable landing gear mod for this. I could have used the rover wheels, but they kind of disintegrate past 50 meters per second. And while I technically was able to lift off once with just using rover wheels, it was way too much of a pain. And I would be rather concerned about landing using the rover wheels when we have to come back here. So we'll just have kind of both of those. We can land and then retract the landing gear to be technically on wheels, I think. Alright, I think it is time to switch to fast forwarding this. And I will see you in orbit in several minutes. We have eventually made it into orbit. Fairly well circularized. At 99.7K and 99K. So what we want to do now is first do the solar mission. We've already got the Kerbin mission apparently. Or the orbit around Kerbin. We have finished constructing a new orbital station around Kerbin. We get 63,000, 80 science, and a 57 reputation. So one down. Now we're going to use the moon to give us a little bit of a gravity assist and change our vector. I want to go perpendicular to Kerbin's orbit. That'll make it easier to get back into Kerbin's sphere of influence anyway. Really, really easily. So that is what we're going to do. And we do need to be the most fuel efficient we can. So theoretically, if we start burning like right about here, and we can get a orbital thingamaduper from that. Set that to 0. Let's go ahead and target the moon. We may want to boost that so that we don't get an angle going. So we'll just kind of align our orbit a little bit there, and then we'll worry about the other thing. That is the sending node. So going down. Going down some more. We're going down some more. Yeah, that one looks best. So we'll just tell Jeb to align on the node. And he'll get that all done. 29 minutes. Accelerate that. And then just another correctional burn. Go ahead and add an alarm, I think. We'll probably end up having to do our Moho probe burn while we're doing this mission, but that shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Jeb has locked on, and we can fast forward. We don't have that many solar panels on this little thing. Just a few right here, so we need to be careful about getting in the dark. At least a little bit careful. We do have a bit over 2,000 in battery capacity. So we have a bit of room, just not a whole lot. We won't be landing on the dark side of the moon or anything like that. That would not be good. Okay. We are approaching. Slowing us down. And then we'll just... Thank you. Go ahead and delete that. Thank you very much. Accelerate. What's 20-something seconds? More power. Okay, and then we can work on adjusting the next thing. And of course we have plenty of time, so we can afford to be patient to get something that's very, very good. 2 seconds. Getting there. So we're going towards the solar orbit first, simply because we don't want to be taking all the extra fuel and having to lift that off Minimus or the moon when we go there. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I wish it would just, when you toggle off SAS, the maneuver node is gone. Don't turn off SAS, just, switch to this. That would make more sense to me. Okay, we are at 0. Now then, let's see. Where's the sun's thing? Okay. So if we go that way, that would be kind of not good position to orbit. We may have to wait a couple of orbits. We'll see. Well, maybe. It can give us a good assist there. We're very, very low. I think we can get this by adjusting the time a little bit. And maybe speed? Not really what we're wanting. That's about how fast we want to be going. And then just by tweaking the time so that the periapsis gets lower and lower. That would be perfect if we were trying to go to, another planet. But we aren't. Okay, so let's just tweak this node. Move the time a little bit. So there's one. I would like to get an encounter like right here. That would be best. I will just... Come on. There's one. There's a kind of close one. Right about there would be absolutely perfect if we can do that. Let's see. I don't think we can though. Maybe if we switch it until the next orbit. See if that changes anything. If I can have that, please. Show me the next orbit thing. Why are you not doing that? Nope, won't do the next orbit thing. I don't know why. Alright. Well, we could try the north thing. So we are going to miss it. That would give us another encounter. I think it may have the same orbital period. That doesn't make any sense. There's one that would send us kind of the right way, but it would do it by crashing us into the moon. So that's not the best idea. This one looks possible. So that's closest approach, target position at closest approach. Whoops, too much. Let's tweak this way. Okay, that's just flipping us all over the place. That is kind of getting us in the right direction, but again, crashing into the planet is not the best thing. Is that not as great? Maybe... Might be better to burn somewhere out here. So that's taking us the wrong way. Let me fiddle with this, and I'll be right back. Alright, we've got our encounter. Gravity assist set up how we want. Going just about perfectly perpendicular. I just had to advance it quite a few orbits, but I managed to do that. Also found a button on this thing that allows me to set the time to the periapsis and things, which is something that I had wanted. So that's nice. We're actually going pretty close. It's 41 kilometers periapsis. That would be a good, encounter regardless of what we were trying to do. But let's just accelerate things with our handy alarm clock. 2-minute burn, so we'll give ourselves 2 minutes. A minute to align, and then another minute to burn. We need to be pretty precise when we're burning this way. So we'll have to look from here. Let's fast forward a little bit. Cannot go any faster below this limit. In lunar orbit. Not quite as close as we were originally planning. But it's ended up taking like 15 less delta V, and it still gives us the course that we want. Good enough for me. So while we're here, we might as well check to see if there's any science just, floating around out here. Which is bound to the lights, naturally. Oh, well, we'll keep data. Science is science, even if it's just 2.4. The mystery goo, sure, why not? We do have the science lab to reprocess things. And Kerbin, why don't you hop out and do some stuff? Like science. Grab all this science. Oh, we're already out, okay? That works. I guess it just hadn't updated. Still the same thing. Must be a weird bug. Okay, so finish that mission. 2 down. 330,400 science and 390 reputation. That one was well worth it. Considering we only have about 700 reputation before we launched this, that was a huge boost. Now then, we need to set up a node to get us back. I think we'll do a bit on the safe side and go like 41,000, which should not be enough to capture us. We just want to slow us down to about, minimus apoapsis. So, why don't you just set your maneuver node? And now then we can see our thing happening. Right, we're just going to SAS this. Carbon periapsis 300? What? Now we're still encountering the moon. That doesn't look right. We're still encountering the moon. We just need to get outside of that. $36,000 should be enough to slow us down for a capture. We'll go up to 40, just to be on the safe side. Alright, that is what the problem was. So that gives us roughly about where we need to be. Let's turn off RCS, because that seems to be adjusting our trajectory. While that is approaching Kerbin, we have to jump towards our Moho Pro and do its very long burn. So we'll start out with the nuclear engines. It looks like the moon has decided to give us another little bit of a push, which will help us so we don't have to burn to get our periapsis out of the atmosphere. Do that, and let's accelerate some more. I think we're basically going in a reverse orbit at this point, and that's why the nodes are backwards, which is not ideal, but don't know how we could really work on fixing that. That's quite an expensive burn. Can we just go straight for an intercept from this burn? Probably not the best idea to try that, but we're going to try it anyway. Well, we'll give it a shot. We can do that much. Then we'll end up with kind of a polar orbit, it looks like. Which could be good for finding a nice place to land. Minimus has now got us, so let's do a quick little retrograde thing. That's pretty much a near perfect polar orbit, which will make it easy to get these other things, like this one. Those quests that I have. We'll have to figure out those next, I guess. There's one, looks like there's 3 of them. And they're all pretty low. But we'll just circularize our orbit first, and then see what we can do with that. After we circularize our orbit, we focus on getting our temperature scan mission done. We have 2 that are above a certain altitude, and 1 that is below a certain altitude. All the altitudes around like 6,000, I think. I think there might be one that's above 4,000 and something. But they're not terribly difficult. As we're in a polar orbit, we can just pretty much wait until we fly over the top of the desired spot on the planet before getting the appropriate temperature reading. And we can kind of accelerate our orbit a little bit by closing or burning retrograde, I guess. Make ourselves a shorter orbit so that we get right in there. Which leaves us with the one that we have to go below. It's fairly low. Okay, it's extremely low. Almost run into this mountain here. Very, very close. We didn't actually have to land to get our temperature thing. We just had, or we flew close enough just by chance. So we're trying to land over here, but we overshot a little bit. But we'll get some more data here and down there, and then probably more over there. Lots of science. Waiting on a horizontal speed to slow down quite a lot. Just click right here. Okay, that's a little bit strange. There's no reason to be smoking right now. I would actually really, really like it if you wouldn't. Alright, we're accelerating. Crap. Went the wrong way. Okay, just go retrograde a little bit. Okay, it looks like we're slowing down again. Without anything. Suicide burn says 39 meters per second. Let's turn on the RCS. According to this, we have the suicide burn in a few hundred meters. That's not something I agree with. We're going to be coming in very strained on that slope, but I guess that might help for our wheels, possibly. Worth a shot. Let's accelerate a little bit. I'll wait till this gets about 100 meters, and then we're going to start accelerating. Down to 15. What's the horizontal speed? Okay, now it's doing the smoky thing again. And now I can't actually see anything. That is just fantastic. Okay. Falling, falling. No, don't do it. I'm just going to, no, go back to retrograde. We'll just kind of control our descent a little bit. We are 60 meters. $30 meters. I think we're going to hit the engines. Let's accelerate. It's right about there, and then quickly. Don't break the engines. Okay, you can break the tires. That is fine. Accelerate a little bit to slow ourselves down. Turn on the brakes too. That might be a good idea. Turn off SAS and RCS. And we are on the moon. We are on tires. Why don't you give me my mission completion thing? Ah, there it is. I guess I had to be stable for 10 seconds. So let's see what we've gotten so far. Wow, 485,000 science, 450. Oh, no, that's money. 485,000 money, not science. 450 science. 484 reputation. Goodbye. 147,000 buckaroos and 100 science plus 202 reputation. We're going to have all kinds of reputation by the time this is over. 20, 50, 20. 20, 50, 20. 20, 50, 20. That would be the temperature scans. Alright, so Bill needs to hop out, do some stuff, get some EVA samples, and then I think we're going to have him fix the tire and maybe try driving up the slope a little bit. Do we already have science from here? We have not got science from here. This is fantastic. So we'll keep this data. We will... Don't fall over, don't... That's excellent. I should be reading these. Keep the data. I don't need that, so I will reset the experiment. A boulder rolling down the neighborhood slope interferes with your readings. Oh, the seismic scan. Wow, that's 100 science for that too. We will keep that data. We're going to keep the other seismic data. Temperature data, 40 science. Definitely going to keep that data. Don't need two of them. Mystery goo, I'll take you. We'll take the other mystery goo. Material study. I guess that's the other material study. So that should be everything. The crew report must be from here. Review report. Yes, we're just going to go ahead and transmit this. That's what the antenna is for. 25 science added just right off the bat. Now then, Bill, was it? We need a tire change. EVA? While you're here, just go ahead and grab this stuff. Take the data. Can I do any atmospheric pressures? Can it tell me that there's no atmosphere? It's possible. Take that data. Please try not to fly off everything. Ha! Ooh, not that far. Come on. Just go right here. Ooh. Bounce. Okay. Collect some more data. Look at you go. You know, I wonder... Yes, we can do an EVA report. And you wonder how far you can slide down this hill. Quite far, probably. It's snow, ice, some loose dirt, and a couple of pebbles frozen together in a strangely complicated way. That would be the surface sample, I'm guessing. Tons of science for that. I think we can get 2 surface samples, in fact. Don't do it. Ooh, too far, too far. Just want you to come over here. Say hi to Jeb. So we will destroy this experiment, or as much as we can. Then we're going to take another surface sample, because we can have 2 of them. We'll keep that data. And, you know, just because we're going to go plant a flag. Just somewhere out of the way. Stop, 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 stop. Don't want to bounce. There you go. I think we shall call this Bill's Ski Resort. Because, you know, icy slopes sounds like a good thing to me. All the rich people will be coming here and having a little bit of a ski trip. So let's go fix our tire. I think it's just one that broke. Which it shouldn't have. We only hit it at, you know, a few meters per second. We are still kind of crooked a little bit. We'll fix that too. We could extend the landing gear if we have to. Repair the wheel. Look at that. Just fantastic work there, Bill. You get back in the ship and let's go for a little drive. Board. Stuck all the science back inside. While we're at it, why don't we clean some experiments? Please don't use all of the power. We might need it. Okay, let's tilt us over. Yeah, plenty of torque for that. And start going forward. Oh, our brakes are still on. That's probably why we can't go forward. Is this the way up? I've completely lost which direction we're going. So I'm going to look up here. Okay, there's a slope right here. Can I really wish I could, like, set a target right here. So we need to go south. Which is 180? So that should be up that hill then. Okay, let's brake. I might want to turn off the torque for this. Toggle torque. Then we'll drive. Try to drive. Skid a little bit. Trying to turn. Getting some speed going. Don't smash into the ground too hard, please. Not the easiest thing in the world to steer, even on minimus. Alright. I think we totally have this. Except for the whole sliding across the map thing. But I shall return when we get to the top. Phew. We made it. That was quite a climb. Just like straight up. We're actually not very far from where we landed last time. 35 kilometers. We're going to try to head over this way, I think. Which is... what direction are you? West? So... 270? I think we also need some midland science. I'm not entirely certain. But we may try to roll down this hill. Oh yeah, that's just... We might try it. And then reload the save after we crash. Or something like that. Zoom back in and let's see what kind of science we get up here. The low temperature has frozen one of the liquid samples into a sort of ice cream. Was it green before? That would be the material study. Keep that data. The curvature of minimus is easily visible from here. Yes, it is. Oops, I should have transmitted that. Reset that experiment. You watch the data as it clearly shows that nothing interesting is happening at all. You detect somewhat violent shuddering somewhere on the opposite side of minimus. It was likely caused by a small meteorite impact. The temperature is just cold enough for a good ice cream cone. Nice temperature scan there. The ground seems to reflect most of the sun's thermal energy, yet the ground temperature is much higher than it should be. This warrants further investigation. The goo turns into a scale model of minimus and indicates the landing site with a little X. Well, that's very mysterious goo there. And it does it twice. You open the doors. A sample dashes past to taste the surface. As you open the doors, a sample dashes past to taste the surface. Those are much better than the stock ones, I have to admit. Turn off that. And then I'll grab the science and we'll go roller skating a little bit. Well, we've made it down eventually. I noticed that we crossed the Midlands biome while we were coming across. I did some drive-by lowlands biome on our way here, so that's more science for us. And we have another biome right there, but let's grab the science first. Yep, we've already been here. I thought so, but hey, 6 science. Crew report? Apparently I did not get a crew report. Well, we'll transmit that. Then the seismic. You detect somewhat violent shudderings. Okay, that one we've already read. Again, I already read it. As you suspect, it's very cold here. The goo wants to bite. Poor goo. Always stuck in that canister, never getting to eat. Keep that data. Then another sample dashes out. While the material samples were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much minimus looks like a mint dessert, and have discovered that you are now hungry. Goose still wants to buy. Oh yeah, that's probably doing it twice. And then let's see, someone, Kerman, why don't you hop out and do your stuff? I would like some temperature readings, assuming we have any. I guess we don't have any. We already have 22 data in that little thing. I'll take that, and I'll take that. More science, always a good thing. How about an EVA report? Service with them? Okay, we'll keep that data. And we will store those experiments. RCS up here. Mostly to keep you from flying off the ship when you jump. Collect. More data. More data. Even more data. And finally, it's more data. More stuff for Jeb to read. Store those experiments. Go ahead and take another surface sample and keep it. For the people back at the Kerbal Space Center to have a little snack, you know. It's always nice to bring something back to your coworkers, especially if it's dessert. That's even better. Alright, now then we just need to turn around without, you know, doing horrible things. And I guess we can start reprocessing some things, or cleaning some things, whatever. Going to make sure that we save. Always a good thing to do. Now let's see if we can get this thing turned around. I should have done better at lining up the wheels. Not all of them are touching at the same time, which is contributing to the difficulty in controlling this. Of course, if the gravity was heavier, then the wheels would all be pushed down and it wouldn't be an issue. but it is an issue, and I don't like it. Prograde. Then we'll just drive a few more feet over here, which looks to me like an excellent place to launch from. We'll get somewhere a little flatter. I guess we could go ahead and start doing some science. Another sample dashes out. Man, they are hungry. You try jumping into the air and strafing at the same time. Now, if only you had a water pistol. Alright. Start braking. Did that again? Well, I shouldn't have kept that one. You watch the data as it clearly shows nothing interesting is happening at all. The lake beds rumble periodically. Perhaps the tidal forces are causing heating under all that ice. Scans. The thermometer suddenly reads not to number. One of the wires must have come loose again. The goo is erupting into a dance. Okay. It's still erupting in a dance. It's apparently doing it 4 times. While the samples are processed, we've already read that one. The low temp. Yep, read that one too. Also read that one. Guess I can turn off SAS. And then, who wants to hop out? Maybe one of the guys in front. How about Bob? Bob, why don't you hop out? Climb up here. Don't fall over with that big head of yours. Take a surface sample. Take any... Oh. You want to get your helmet off and taste the sample. Instead, you pull yourself together and continue with the mission. Bob, of course, being much more mature than someone like Jebediah, who would already have his helmet off and be slurping. Though it's hard to slurp without, you know, air. As far as you can tell, in the low gravity, the ground is firm underfoot, and not as slippery as you had expected. Well, that is good to know. Keep that data. Store those experiments. Go ahead and take another surface sample. Same surface sample. Hop. Come on. Yeah. Collect some more data. Gonna have so much science when we get back from this mission. Okay, I got that one. Yep, okay. Now then it's the seismic and temperature things. Oof. Okay. One of these has some data. There we are. Then these. More data. And more data. Store some experiments. Hop. And I think we're going to plant a flag. Flags all over the place. Didn't put one in the Midlands because we already got a flag in the Midlands. And of course, sound cut up now for a minute. And of course, we're going to call this Bob's Ice Rink. Now, I think it is time to blow this popsicle stand. We are facing at the 90-degree mark. We have power. We have fuel. Turn on SAS and RCS. Let Jebediah, crack his knuckles. And let's hope that our wheels do not disintegrate while we are trying to lift off. It shouldn't. I guess that works too. And we've made it down in one piece, more or less. So first thing we want to do is grab some science. The fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. You have a sneaking suspicion that they'll never be able to get the lab clean again. Keep that. It feels strangely dangerous out there. Mission Control insists it's safe, but you don't think they would know very well. Transmit that. That's the other crew report. The permanently shaded areas in the corners of the craters have slightly less seismic activity than the rest of the moon. And again, it's pretty cold here. You'd almost think Kerbol hadn't shined here crater since it was formed. Okay. English. Keep the data. Same thing. The mystery goo resembles a grain of pollen, almost identical to the Julian moon. Okay. Keep more goo. As you look away, one sample makes a run for it. Okay, who's going to get out? I think it's going to have to be Bill because we need some AAA roadside assistance here. How about a little ABA? It looks like a really big rock. Indeed, it does. Give me that. I want to take the data. There we go. Take some more data. Even more data. How about a surface sample for the fun of it? To your surprise, you find a large lump of ice lodged in the center of the crater. Upon further analysis, you find that it doesn't taste particularly well, and is too chunky for the snow cone machine. Such a shame. Zoom over here. Collect this. Collect. Are you moving? It feels like you're moving. Stop sliding. More collections. And we'll hop over here, give Jeb a few more things to think about. Store some experiments, and let's see what this other surface sample says. Same thing, keep the data. Let's go plant a flag. Got to have the flag. Let's put it on the hill up here. But not where we're going to run into it. Stop. Alright. Let's plant the flag. Polar crater. And just there you Bill's notes about the current situation. He has been lied to. Now let's get some tires fixed. Ooh, ugh. Ugh. Ow, that had to hurt. That did look rather painful. Okay. You know, you can stop now. Please. Okay, face plant a little bit more. Use your face to stop. That is it. That's excellent. There we go. You're not all that great with the RCS, are you? You're more of a tire person, I guess. Repair the wheel. And then come up here. Really? It's all Jeb's fault. Ouch. You hit your head again. Crap, we're leaving the RCS on and draining all the RCS. Oh well. Jeb should have, you know, done better on the landing. And you would not have to smack your head so much. Okay, did we just break the wheel again? Try it. And yep, did it again. Can we do it one more time? Okay, this wheel does not want to repair. Repair again. Okay, there's how we do it. And do we break another wheel over here? It's not that heavy. There we go. All wheels are in working order. Bill gives them his seal of approval. Grab this board. Let's do some cleaning of experiments while we can. While we still have some sunlight. Clean, 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 clean. Okay, excellent. Do a nice little save there. And I think we might want to just hop, you know, right over into the poles here. Get a little bit more science before we leave. We're kind of low on Delta V. But I think we can do it. Let's do one save and try to stage, because these are empty now. Okay. Was worried about things exploding due to them being clipping a little bit. But y'all just go away. Gets a little bit more Delta V from that. I think we're just going to take off on this nice little ramp here. We could turn around and go just drive there. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. It's kind of dark here and we don't have very much power. And it's probably further than it looks. Well, maybe. Okay, yes. It's much further than it looks. Just want to go north, which would be this way. We might could just take off north from here, because it is kind of sloped. Turn off the brakes, and turn off that. Drive just a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong way. The other way. A little bit. We want to go straight north to the pole. Here we are. Alright, alright. Some RCS. Some thrusting. Come on, RCS. There we go. Nope, still not going to do it. Crap. On second thought, it's really not that far of a drive. I'll be back when we get to the poles. We eventually managed to launch and end up in the poles. It's going to be rather interesting launching from here. I mean, there's some nice ramps at least. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We ended up launching by actually flipping backwards, which allowed us to go vertically enough to get some thrust and get off the ground. But again, we've broken some tires. I think possibly the same exact tires, in fact. At least close. So first, science. Temperature, okay. We leave the sample bay doors open on the moon and go do something else for a while. Sounds like a good thing to do. The crew cannot stop hyperventilating. Why? Jeb's fine. Transmit the data. Alright, that's the other one. You wonder how long it would take an impact at the South Pole terrestrial at the North Pole. Again, thermometer can't seem to make up its mind whether it's hot or cold here. Keep that data. Reset that data. The goo shows signs of bipolar behavior. And we're at the poles. That's funny. The same simple one. Let's hop out. I think it's going to be Bill needs some more AAA. How about an EVA report and a surface sample? You wonder if this would make a nice snack. Probably not. You hum. You never make me be like you. I'm the master of the moon. I guess that's a song. I don't recognize it. Oh, careful. The thing's unstable. And we're on a hill. Would not be ideal. Store some data. Take another surface sample. Still would not make a nice snack. Take that. Take that. And that. Come on, up. Give some stuff to Jeb. Tell him the second one is rather tasty. And then a flag. Let's put it over here somewhere where we won't actually run over it. Because that was a concern. It's always a concern, actually. I don't even know if you can collide with flags. I think you can. I think I remember doing that before. Plant a flag. Back to the ship. And we don't even need to reset the experiments. Because we are done here. It is time to head back home and see about all the money and science and if I can actually land this thing. With all the science and everything intact. We do have air brakes and parachutes. So it's possible. Oh crap, you forgot to fix the wheels. Hop out. 50 science. Wow. 30. That's a lot of experiments. We'll go ahead and clean that. Why not? because it takes the power. Okay, come on, click on this. There you are. Oh, this is going to be terrible. Ooh. That's right, get some air. Ah, we're still wasting RCS fuel. Can you even reach it? Oh, you did the whole faceplant thing again. Come on. What's that called when the cars do that? And all we need is some highly toxic monopropellant. No need for hydraulics and all that crap. Fix the wheel. Hey, this actually might help us take off. Wonder if I should leave it like that. It's tempting, but it's actually rather tempting. I don't think it would be enough. I don't think we have enough thrust to get off at that angle. Repair the wheel again, repair it again. We may not have a choice. There we go. Man, that. He's just like one-handed throwing that thing up in the air. So I can get to the wheel. Now for the interesting part. Board. Save. Pray a little bit. Maybe quite a lot. And, ooh, alright. Maybe we should try, just, you know, flipping over. Hey, this actually works. Get me out of here. Not quite that far over. I want to go this way. Hey, that was easy. Hey, look, it's the planet. We're going that way. How much fuel do we have? We should have plenty of fuel for getting back. Switch to orbital mode. If I just keep burning here, what will happen? Add the maneuver. If I burn. Okay, maybe I don't have enough fuel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We are going the 9-degree mark. Why does it show it as a polar orbit? Maybe I need to go differently? Okay, this doesn't make any sense, but okay. I think I may have screwed up here. Burn this way. Let's get rid of this. It's confusing me. Oh, and we're actually going down now. Turn off the RCS, because that's wasting fuel. We may have to get out and push, actually. Quite possibly we will. I don't know how we're going to do this. I think I burned in the wrong direction taking off. Because we're supposed to be going around. And use that to help slow us down. But we did take off from the North Pole, so maybe that is the problem? I am not quite sure. We'll get our apoapsis up to about 10K. And then just see what we can see. Try to figure something out. Surely there's a way to get back home. Okay, that That's good enough. Speeding up. Speeding up some more. Okay, we need to be above 10K to warp. Cannot warp faster than 10 times. I guess we can turn off the lights. Save some power. Oh wait, there was one that we hadn't... Oh no, that was one they already got. Yeah, we've already got that one. $119. That is not very much Delta V. We may be in deep trouble. Maybe we should have tried to go to the poles. I mean, we could send a rescue mission, but that would be kind of expensive. Let me see if I can figure out a way to get home without having to get out and push. Otherwise, we will get out and push if we have to. Unfortunately, I neglected to check the aerodynamics when this was empty, which leads to us quickly abandoning any attempt to try to land at Kerbal Space Center and just land anywhere that's remotely flat. However, that does not solve the control issues, and it still proves somewhat difficult to land in one piece. I also ran across a little bit of a bug with terrain scatter. Apparently that causes a memory leak, a pretty massive memory leak, so I ended up having to turn all that off. But after many attempts at trying to land this big giant thing, we do eventually manage to get all of our science safely on the ground. After repeated attempts, we managed to get down most of our craft. Well, all of it's down, some of it's just over there a few kilometers. Hit that ground at a slightly too steep angle. But given how many times I've attempted this, I'm not going to try again. We've gotten all the important part, namely the science. So let's recover this vessel and see what kind of profit we get out of this. Plus 3,608.8 science for one launch. 81 experiments recovered. Wow, that is a lot of science. That is an awful lot of science, in fact. Got 101,000 of our money back. I think it cost a little bit over 200,000. Only 66% recovered. Okay, that's fine. I mean, okay, it's not great, but it's fine. Now we're up to 897 reputation. And these guys, 18 experience, 18 experience, 18 experience, 18 experience. 1 experience for Bill. 18 experience and 17 experience for Phil Nye. Why? That must be the guy that we rescued. So he's already been around Kerbin. Bob even got 1 experience. Probably from planting a flag. All kinds of experience. So the wiki is kind of inaccurate about that. It's not just the highest experience per mission. It is the highest experience per SOI per mission. Because we've got 2 for Kerbin, and then the moon one, and then the minimus one, and the solar one. So quite a good thing there. Let's go spend some science. Actually, can we upgrade this? We are extremely close to being able to upgrade this. Extremely close. Let's check what kind of things we have here. Though our reputation should be higher because we've had like thousands of reputation for that mission. So, Rapier mission, another satellite mission. We'll go ahead and pick that one up just because satellites are not that expensive to do. Rescue someone, that one we can do with the satellite mission, so we'll pick that up. Temperature scans of minimus, maybe. Another satellite, go ahead and pick that one up. Build a new surface outpost on the moon. 5 Kerbols, so that's not particularly difficult. Sure, why not? Another surface outpost on minimus. Okay, I might do these two off camera. Along with EVA report on the surface. Okay, maybe not that one. Plant a flag on minimus. That's a cheap one to get some reputation. I'll take that. A new orbital station around Duna. That one's a little bit outside of our ability right now. Temperature scans of minimus. Temperature scan on the surface. A flight. Yeah, I might pick that one up too. Again, doing this off camera. Oh, that's pretty good science for this. What does it require? Altitude? Tree? Yeah, I can do that one off camera as well. That'll give us enough for our thing, in fact. Actually, might already have enough now that we've got all those advances. Explore Eve, has that gone up? I don't think that has gone up, even with all the reputation we're getting. In fact... oh, I guess we could buy this now. Research that. And that does not, in fact, unlock anything. But we can get this and still have plenty of stuff left. Bam! Fully upgraded. Now, what do we want? More aerodynamics would, of course, be good. Mark 2 to Mark 3. So, Mark 3, and then some procedural fairing stuff, which I have installed. I think I've already mentioned that. Some nose cones, some adapters. Cockpit. Cargo bays, bigger cargo bays, more cargo bays. Mark 3 rocket fuel sludge. That looks very interesting. How much is this? 550 cents. So I could pick up both of these. Advanced canard and standard canards, and the aerospike engine. Ooh, the aerospike engine. Which is... it's okay. The Rapier engine is also okay. The shock cone intake. I don't know if that's good or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I'll have to check like the ratios of mass and stuff. New Elvon. Yeah, we're going to definitely pick up these two. We just know we're going to want them. We could get some more science stuff. The gravitolite detector would be a good one to pick up just right away. Ooh, the nuclear reactor, that would be kind of cool. Go ahead and research that, and that doesn't unlock anything else. We have the procedural fairing upgrade, experimental aerodynamics, remote guidance, so this has maneuvering holds, both of them do. And a drone core. What is this? Huh. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's hard to tell from that picture. Ooh, those are nice. Tricouplers, bicouplers, clampotron, docking port senior. We still have quite a lot of science left. Oh yeah, we're going to definitely want these big giant engines, so research that. Experimental rocketry. The metamaterials, or why not? So this just gives us procedural fairing upgrade. And this gives us engines. So we're just shy. We might almost have completely unlocked the tech tray. That's a little bit strange. I feel like there should be more or something. We will definitely unlock it probably soon. Okay, I guess that's going to be it for this episode. Now I have to edit like 6.5 hours of video, so that's going to be fun for me. Like if you like. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time!